Hey, what is going on, you guys? Ghost619 here, and today what I'm bringing you guys is another top 10. So this week's top 10 is going to be the top 10 best guns in Advanced Warfare, and all of these guns were commented down below by you guys on last week's top 5, which was the top 5 things COD Ghost did wrong. So next week it is going to be the top 5 wonder weapons we want to see a return in Black Ops 3 Zombies. So go ahead and comment down below a wonder weapon you like to return. Like it could be like the scavenger from Call of the Dead, it could be the thunder gun, it could be the ray gun, it could be any gun you like to see back in Black Ops 3 Zombies. So make sure you go and comment that down below for next week's top 5. So before we start the top 10, we're going to name some honorable mentions. And number 4, it goes to the melee subverter. And the subverter has +2 in damage for -2 in the magazine size. And the melee heavy actually has the same damage profile, but the melee subverter can 2-shot to the head at a certain distance, as with the heavy it can't. And the reason why the heavy is much better is just because it doesn't have the ammo decrease like the subverter does. With the subverter, I'm telling you, you have to keep on reloading like every single 4 kills or so. And it's pretty annoying. I do use the subverter a whole lot, so I do know that the heavy is much better. So number 3, it goes to the ARX Steel Bite. You guys know that the hole puncher, it is much better than the Steel Bite, just because the Steel Bite, the extra damage that it has is just wall penetration. That's all it is. And the Steel Bite does have more recoil, and it does have a slower fire rate than the ARX hole puncher. So number 2 goes to the Speakeasy, and the reason why it's here is just because pre-patch, the Speakeasy was amazing. It would just mow down anyone you would see, and when they nerfed it, they took out the initial burst. I believe it was like the first 7 bullets shot like 1,000 rounds per minute, and they took that off when they nerfed it. And the Speakeasy, it has a different feel than it did pre-patch, because pre-patch with the Speakeasy, you would shoot over 1,000 rounds per minute, which was insane. You would just mow down anyone you would see pre-patch, and now it doesn't act the same at all whatsoever. So that's why it's here on this list. And the last gun, it goes to the AK-12 RIP. To me, this is a very overrated variant, just because it has +2 in accuracy, +1 in damage, and then -2 in the magazine size, and -1 in mobility. So the reason why it's overrated to me is just because, like, why would you need extra accuracy on a gun that's already accurate? That's pretty much all it does. That's the main focus on the RP, that it's very accurate, and the +1 in damage makes it to where it's always a 4-shot kill, and that's nice, you know, don't get me wrong, that's really cool and very good for the AK-12, but like, why would you want more accuracy on an AK? Because the AK-12 is already an accurate gun. So that's why it's on this list, and plus it does have the ammo decrease. So I prefer the AK-12 hair trigger that has +1 in fire rate for -1 in accuracy. I do believe that one is better, just because that one does have a faster time to kill than the AK-12 RIP. So that is the honorable mentions list. Let's go ahead and get started with this week's top 10. So starting things off, the number 10 spot, it goes to the Bulldog Face Hammer. So this has +2 in accuracy, +1 in damage, -1 in handling, and you cannot put any optical attachments on this Bulldog. So this is a very great Bulldog. This is actually the best Bulldog variant you could have. So if you guys have this Bulldog, do not throw it away. Make sure you guys use this. This is a very outstanding weapon. So it just kills insanely fast. The +2 in accuracy on shotguns, meaning the hip fire spread. So this gun does have a tighter hip fire spread, as well as the extra pellet with the extra damage. So this is an outstanding shotgun. So if you guys have this, make sure you guys go ahead and use this. So coming up the number 9 spot, it goes to the KF5 Breakneck. This is the best KF5 variant. So this has +3 in fire rate, -1 in accuracy, and that is all. So to counter the -1 in accuracy, you could just slap on a foregrip, and basically you have an all bonus weapon. This has no downside at all, or I guess I could say the only downside to this weapon is just you cannot put extended mags, you cannot put dual mags, you cannot put quick draw or the stock on this weapon. So like, the extended mags is very needed on this gun, but unfortunately you cannot put it on here. I just think that the developers, they probably thought that this gun would be really OP if you could put extended mags. So you cannot put extended mags, which that's pretty stupid, because I would definitely want to put extended mags really bad on this Breakneck, but you cannot. So this is all pure bonus weapon. If you guys do have this gun, make sure you go ahead and use it. Coming off the number 8 spot, it goes to the MP11 Goliath. You guys all know about this gun. This is the best MP11 variant that does have +3 in damage for -3 in handling. So handling on SMGs and ARs is of course the hit fire spread. So basically you have extra free damage just for a wider hit fire spread. And with the MP11, like, I usually do not hit fire with it at all. Like, usually with this gun, I always just aim down sights, and that's pretty much all I do with this. And I'm pretty sure you guys can relate to me on this too. So this has to be one of the best trade-offs any gun could have, +3 in damage just for a wider hit fire spread, because I don't find the hit fire at all to be necessary on the MP11, just because like I said, you just aim down sights most of the time using this gun. So this is a pure bonus weapon. It's an amazing gun, has a very fast fire rate, it does have a fast time to kill, and I do think that this is probably one of the best guns in the game. That's why it's here on this list. So that is number 8, the MP11 Goliath. So coming off the number 7 spot, it goes to the Bow Inferno. This has +1 in fire rate, +2 in handling, all for -3, and the mobility. So mobility on ARs and SMGs is of course the aim down sight time. So this has a slower ADS time. To fix that, to just counter that, all you could do is put quick draw. And basically, if you put quick draw on the Bow Inferno, you have an all bonus weapon, because when you put quick draw on this gun, you don't feel you do not feel the slower ADS time at all. You really don't, and that's really good. So you have a faster fire rate as well as a tighter hit fire spread. That's very good for the Bow, just because the Inferno, it just seems like a hybrid between an AR and an SMG, just because with the Inferno you can win a bunch of close range gunfights, and with the regular Bow you couldn't really do that, just because it doesn't have that, tighter hit fire spread just like the Inferno does. But the Inferno is an all-purpose weapon and motes super insanely fast. That's why it's here on this list. It is one of the best guns in the entire game. So if you guys have this gun, definitely give it a try. So coming up at number 6 spot, this goes to the IMR Impact, and this is a very underrated assault rifle. So this has +1 in damage for -1 in range, and this is always a 4-shot kill. This is the best IMR variant in the game. So if you guys have this gun, do not underestimate this gun, because it is the best IMR in the game. So it's kind of like the hole puncher in a way, just because the hole puncher can 1-burst at any range, and same here with the IMR Impact. This could 1-burst at any single range. So basically it's always a 4-shot kill, and that's absolutely amazing. And it's pretty much a pure bonus weapon, just because the -1 in range has no effect on the time to kill. So that just makes it a pure bonus weapon. So if you guys have this gun, give it a try, because I recently got it, I believe about 2 weeks ago, and I've been doing super amazingly good with it. So if you guys have the Impact, give it a try. It is one of the best guns in the entire game. It is an amazing IMR variant. So now we're going to crack into the top 5 best guns in the entire game. So if you guys have any of these guns I'm about to name, then you guys are in good shape. Make sure you guys never redeem these weapons. So number 5, it goes to the Pytac Loophole. So this has +1 in accuracy, +2 in the magazine size, as well as -3 in the handling. But the stats are lying to you. It does not have a wider hit fire spread. It actually has a tighter one. So the Pytac Loophole has a 30% tighter hip fire, and it's more accurate, and as well it does have 150 bullets in this magazine by default, which is really cool. So this is a pure bonus weapon. There is absolutely nothing wrong with this gun. No stats are going down. Like the stats, like when it says -3 in handling, that is a lie. It actually means +3 in handling, because if you guys ever watch Drifter's video on the Pytac Loophole, he specifically says loophole meaning, all these stats are a lie. So I'll go ahead and, maybe you guys could search up Pytac Loophole Drifter, search that up on YouTube, you know what I'm talking about. Like, this Pytac Loophole is an absolutely amazing gun. So if you guys have this, do not redeem it. It does have an amazing 3-shot range as well, so you can definitely 3-shot people like from across the map. It's a very good gun. So if you guys have this, do not redeem it, because it is one of the best guns in the entire game. So coming off the number 4 spot, it is the Melee Heavy. This has +1 in damage for -1 in the handling. So basically this gun does have a wider hipfire, but it does have extra damage, and the melee subverter and the melee heavy have the same damage profile, but the subverter's extra damage means that it can two-shot to the head at a certain distance, and as with the heavy, it cannot. And the reason why the heavy is much better on this list than the subverter is just because the heavy does not have the ammo decrease, just like the subverter. They both could three-shot anywhere across the entire map, but the subverter just has the ammo decrease, as well as it does have that two-shot range on the head. But you know, you're not gonna really just aim. You're not gonna be really just aiming down sights to the head all the time with the melee. You know, you like sometimes you can get lucky and head kick them with the subverter, but still though, the melee heavy has the same damage profile, and it is much better just because it does not have the ammo decrease. So that's why the melee heavy is on this list. That's why it's number 4. So coming off the number 3 spot, it goes to the Battle 27 Obsidian Steed. This is a very good gun. I'm pretty sure you guys already have this weapon, so I don't really need to talk about this gun at all, because I have it. You probably have it, and if you're like Master Prestige 2 or just Master Prestige whatever, you already have this gun. So this is an outstanding weapon. It melts in 3 to 4 shots every single time. So it's the Obsidian Steed. But I do not think that this is the best gun in the game. I do think that number 1 is of course the best gun in the entire game, but this is number 3, the Battle Obsidian Steed. So coming out the number 2 spot, it goes to the HBRA3 Insanity. This has +1 in damage, +2 in fire rate, all for -1 in handling, and you cannot put any optical attachments on this weapon. So this is, in my opinion, much better than the Obsidian Steed, just because this does have a faster fire rate, therefore has a faster time to kill. So the Obsidian Steed shoots at 675 rounds per minute, and the Insanity shoots at 720. And the first 3 shots of the Insanity shoot at 800 rounds per minute, so this does in fact have a faster time to kill than the Obsidian Steed, therefore making it better. Because with the experience, I do know the Insanity is much better. I use these guns a lot, so I know what's good and what's bad. You know, the Insanity, in my opinion, is much better. You guys probably have different opinions, but the Insanity is much better. This has a faster time to kill. It's always 4 shots to kill no matter what, any single range. That's why it's here on this list as number 2. So now we're going to crack into the number 1 spot, the best gun in the game, and it is going to be the ARX 160 Hole Puncher. So the reason why this is the best gun in the game is just because it's very easy to use. You could definitely burst it pretty fast. It's very accurate. The iron sights are nice, and then plus you can one burst people across the entire map. So the ARX 160 Hole Puncher's 3-shot range is insane. What it is, it's 51 meters, and that is the longest 3-shot range out of every AR in the game, and it's better than the Obsidian Steed. It's better than the Insanity, and it is better than the AK-12 RIP, making it the best gun in the game. It's easy to use. Anyone could use this and do good with it. Like, if you're absolutely terrible at the game, then this gun, you could definitely do better with it. You could do some work with it, because it's insanely easy to get just 2 burst kills, even 1 burst kills with this ARX Hole Puncher. So this is the best gun in the game, in my opinion. And even Michael Condrey says this is the best KD gun in the game. He made a list, I believe it was 5 guns or 10. I believe it was 5 guns. He had the Hole Puncher as number 1, the best KD weapon in the game. And I do agree with him on this, just because every time I use this Hole Puncher, I definitely have some high scoring kills and stuff, high scoring gameplays with this gun. As you guys do see here, I got a DNA bomb with the Hole Puncher. I got multiple DNAs with this Hole Puncher. So it is the best gun in the game, in my opinion. Hopefully you guys all agree with this list, and that was this week's top 10. So hopefully you guys all enjoyed, and I'm out of here. Peace out, guys.